Hey, hi, and hello, Mad Ink Pyro here. I got a little bit of sleep last night, so I feel a little bit better. I'm still kind of like whacked out of my brain. Still have no vehicle. The reason I'm posting today is a special day, and special in the sense of I don't know how to explain it, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's special to me. I put a Facebook post up. If any of you guys follow me on Facebook, you know what it said. I'll give you a quick overview of it. Today is the 51st anniversary of the Tate LaBianca murders. I'm I'm not a history vlogger. I'm not a murder vlogger. I'm not anything like that. I'd like to be. Crime, major crime and serial killers really piques my interest for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm just that psychotic or something. I don't know. I watch a lot of serial killer documentaries and true crime documentaries. One of the ones that grabbed a hold of me, well, there's two of them that stand out really heavy. Four, if you include the other two that I'm going to mention. The first one that lays heavy in my head is Charles Manson. No, I don't support. Get off of him, cat. I don't support what Charlie did, and I no, I didn't think he was a god incarnate. I thought, quit it, cat. Lydia's over here trying to climb all over my stuff. I don't support what he did. I think what he did was messed up. But it is a part of pop culture. Oh, well, has become. I got something in my eye, guys. It's a part of pop culture, and he has become somewhat of an icon as far as pop culture goes. I mean, he had a song produced by the Beatles, or not by the Beatles, but by the Beach Boys. He followed the Beatles music very closely back in the 60s to the point where he tried to call them because he thought he heard them on the White Album say, "Hey, Charlie, give us a call." Yeah, well, you eat LSD every day of your life and that kind of happens. But that put aside, what he did was messed up. I mean, even though he may not have, oh man, the eye is on fire. Even though he may not have killed anybody himself that we are aware of, other than farmhand Shorty Shea, he definitely had his hands in it. Since his passing in 2017, there, it's the case still hasn't died out at all, and especially in people's minds that follow it, like mine. There's still so many unanswered questions, and there are only a few of the original core Manson family members, such as Susan Atkins and Lynette Fromm and Squeaky, and there's only few of them left to be able to tell the absolute truth, and they have come out more and more ever as the years go by. Now that Charlie's dead, it just seems to me that they would be coming out of the woodwork. But I think we pretty much know what all happened. Oh man, that eye. So, that being said, I have been a collector of memorabilia from the case or things that I found important. I've got the Helter Skelter books. I've got Scott Michaels did a wonderful thing called 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter, which basically goes, oh, sorry about the eye, which basically goes step by step through the whole Manson thing. And it was a circus. I mean, if you sit down and watch that movie, it was an absolute circus. Hey, hand me my copy of 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter so I can hold it up. So anyway, today marks the 51st anniversary of the murders. They started on the 8th and they ended on the 10th, today being August 10th. I happen to have several things that I want to show you guys that pertain not directly, I mean some of them directly, but some of them not so much. This is an autographed copy of 6 Degrees of Helter Skelter by Scott Michaels. This is, I'm telling you, you want to know what went on in the Manson murders and how everything came about. This is the film that you want to watch. Helter Skelter, the original movie, is kind of a farce. It's dramatized just like everything else. This is not this is actually a documentary. It talks to some of the people that were involved. It talks to people that knew the people that were involved. It goes to all the places in Hollywood. Yes, I called it Hollywood. Where all this stuff took place. And it is the absolute backdrop of the whole Manson family murders and Manson family escapades, I'll call them. And in my several years long obsession of this case, I have collected some things over time. Some things are and some things are like, how the hell did you get a hold of that well? All I have to say is dig. You gotta dig deep, but sometimes you can dig deep and come up with a little nugget of gold. In my eyes, it's a nugget of gold. In other people's eyes, they're going, I can't believe you have that. Why do you have that? What do you have that for? Because it's history. And I am first and foremost a history buff. So I'm going to start out with this one. This actually came from Scott Michaels. I've got 2 of them here. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but Sharon Tate Polanski, I have, hold on, let me make sure this is the right one before I do. That was that one, that was that, okay. This is a copy of Sharon Tate Polanski's certification of death, her certificate of death, right here. It's a copy, it is not the real deal. But it is hers. I know it sounds kind of sick on why you would have something like that. Again, it's history. She died an absolutely horrible death, more so. And this was the autopsy was done on the 12th. So, on August 12th, so 1969. So if that gives you any clue on what happened and how it was just weird. The whole thing was weird. But if you want to know the details about how she died and everything, go watch a documentary on Manson. It'll explain it. I'm not going to get into those gruesome details. Some people can handle them, some people can't. I know it is. You want that, Zane. It is hard for me to handle sometimes. And believe me, some of the things that I've seen keep me very, how do I say, very uneasy sometimes, and it does, and it will. This is a very difficult thing to deal with. So that being said, you have to have a strong mind. Mine's kind of fragile and mushy anyway, so any more mushy it is what it is, That was a joke, guys. So the next piece I'm going to show you is, now this is all called murderabilia at this point. A crime happened, and some people can handle it, and again, some people can't. Now, this happened in '69, before I was even born. But the story and the pop culture behind it and the history that it's caused has gripped a hold of me and enveloped my life somehow, and I'm not real sure why or how or anything else. So it just has. So I will show you now the next piece of murderabilia that I have. And this is another one that's kind of weird. Is this little rock right here. See that rock? I know it just looks like a piece of stone, right? There's a certificate of authenticity right there, and this came from Scott Michaels as well in Dearly Departed Tours. He's like me, he collects weird stuff like this. This is a part of the fireplace that Sharon Tate, Jay Sebring, and who was it? Jay Sebring, Abigail Folger, and Wojtek Frykowski were all murdered in front of. More so Jay Sebring and Sharon Tate. Wojtek Frykowski was murdered there as well. And Abigail Folgers actually got outside. And that's where she died. So this is a part of the fireplace that they were killed in front of now. The only reason I know it is real is that Scott Michaels himself went and pulled these out of the Cielo Drive house when they were knocking it down. Trent Reznor took the front door, the one that had pig written on it and Sharon Tate's blood, and it is now in a building in Louisiana. It was nothing records. Now I'm not sure what it is, but the door is still there. You can actually go see the door. This is a piece of the stone from the fireplace, though, and that was one of those things. Again, I know it's weird, but it's history to me. Now, the next one kind of gets to people. Back in, let me check the year here. I think it was 2014. I believe, let me check the postmark here. Yes, it was 2014. I was sitting on my couch, very bored, and I had nothing better to do. So I started writing him in 2008. I had written Charles Manson in prison. And I told him, I said, look, I just want your autograph, dude. I don't want to bother you. I just want your autograph so I can say that I had it. So for 6 years, I wrote him at least twice a year trying to get this man's autograph. And he had quit writing people at that point. He was only doing interviews for money. And he had quit writing people. And he quit doing this and, quit signing autographs and stuff. A Charles Manson autograph is actually pretty hard to find. You can find it on signed checks and legal documents and stuff like that, as far as the murderabilia goes. But you can't find it personalized to somebody unless they knew him. Now, I am fortunate, and I know Michael Channels, who happened to be Charles Manson's pen pal as well. All these have come about by my studying of the Manson case. So, in 2014, to my surprise, I get this very interesting card in the mail, postcard. And it says this: a political prisoner. If you can see scribbled on the front of it, 1969 right there, 2014. And that's Manson then and now. It says air, trees, water, and animals underneath. And there's a written in .com there too right here. That is Manson's website that's handled from the outside. Now, this is the cool part. That's handwritten Charles Millis Manson with the swastika. That's got all my address and everything. The guy wasn't wrapped too tight, let's put it that way. But the point of it is I got it. It's written to me. That's my old address. It's written to me in his handwriting. I've had it authenticated, and yes, it is real. That's kind of crazy. At least to me it is. So, on a day like today, where you look back on a major historical event like this, and no, I wasn't there. I wasn't alive then. I look back on it and I go, wow, I actually kind of embedded myself into that piece of history by doing what I've done and putting together what I've put together now. I've got Vincent Bugliosi's signature on a copy of his book. I've got several other pieces, but these are major ones. These are the ones I wanted to show you guys. So today, when you sit down to eat dinner, or you're out and about doing everything, just stop for a minute and think about Sharon Tate and Wojciech Frykowski and Abigail Folger and J.C. Bring and Stephen Parent and Lino LaBianca and his wife, and just think, they were regular people just like we are, and they had their life snuffed out that fast. Appreciate what you have, guys. Enjoy your life. I know it's hard to say, and it's hard to do nowadays in this crazy time, but they suffered a horrible ending to lives that were bright and ready to go. Now, Lino LaBianca and his wife were they were older than, say, Sharon Tate. I mean, Sharon Tate, Roman Polanski expecting the first child. Abigail Folger and Wojciech Frykowski, heiress to the Folger fortune, Folger coffee fortune, and Jay Sebring, men's hairstylist to the stars. I mean, if Jay Sebring would still be alive, Paul Mitchell would have never come about. So, well, he would have come about, just wouldn't have been as popular as he is now. So, think about that. If it can happen to them, it can happen to any of us. And I'm not trying to be morbid and sick about it. I'm just trying to say, appreciate every day you have above ground. Because one day, lights are going to go out. And days like today remind me of that. So that's my Manson murder collection for right now. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, you want to see more autographs and stuff, I've got a stack of them. We can do a different star every now and again just to keep things going. I've got another real interesting one that I'll probably do tomorrow, maybe, just to give me content because I have nothing else going on. But yeah, so that's what I got. Guys, remember, think about those guys that lost their lives 51 years ago today. And, appreciate the life that you have. Get healthy, get happy. That's what I've got for you today, guys. I'll talk to you later.